Audubon Park here in New Orleans. The Southern State Showcase just around the corner. John here, Nicole there, and it's about the best.
Yes, it's about the best stories from the year, so don't go away. The showcase starts right now.
The Southern State Showcase on Sports South.
From New Orleans, the Southern State Showcase officially underway for another week. John here, Nicole there, spring semester style. We're going to talk about the best that we've been able to show you this year on the showcase. We're going to start it off with soccer.
Yes, we are, and we're going to jump right to the national championship on the men's side, where Belhaven took on Mobile, and in the end, Belhaven won it all.
This past fall, during the NAIA National Soccer Championships in Montgomery, Alabama, a very unique situation developed when two schools from the same conference advanced to the final. The Southern States Athletic Conference was represented in the championship game by the University of Mobile and Belhaven University. The Blazers, behind the late heroics of Eduardo Cruz's 90-minute goal, were fresh off an upset of defending national champion and #1 ranked Lindsey Wilson, and they were aggressive early, looking for any scoring opportunities. In the 15th minute, Guilherme Sosa fed Victor Lawrence, and he found the left corner of the goal, and the Blazers led 1-0 in the first. Then in the 37th minute, on a Belhaven corner kick, Eduardo Cruz lifted the kick high over the middle of the box, and Tom Cosgrave headed it in for the Blazers' second score, and they led 2-0. In the second half, the Rams outshot Belhaven 21-12, but Blazer goalkeeper Carl Blondell kept the shutout alive with key save after key save, and in the end, the Blazers would lay claim to a 2-0 victory for the national title.
Well, I think it's a credit to the team chemistry that we have. We've worked all year long of trying to make the most of not getting rattled and not getting too high for a win, not getting too low for a loss, and I think it kind of all came together.
The thing with us is we played Mobile in the season in our conference, and they came back in the second half, so we knew Mobile are very dangerous, they can score at any point. And I think towards like the last 2 or 3 minutes we started to think everything's going in our favour, and we actually could hold on here, and it's still not setting now. The reality of it, winning, it's amazing.
The University of Mobile was celebrating the 10th anniversary of their last national title, and for Belhaven, it was their first national championship in 20 years, the last coming on this same day in 1992 over Lynn University of Florida.
We're actually, all season long, we've been warming up in a jersey with 92 on the back with a star, and at the end of the season we said we're going to sign them and give them to the 92 team because they were inducted to the Hall of Fame this year, and they've been supporting us all season long.
Mac put together the idea this year of the warm-up jerseys with 92 on the back that the guys are going to sign, and that's just a brilliant idea, and because this is a soccer family. This is the Belhaven soccer family.
This was a great achievement for the Belhaven program, but also says a lot for the conference as a whole. Not only was it an all-SSAC final, but 4 schools made it to the national quarterfinals.
You know, we kind of looked at the bracket when the field of 32 came out. 4 SSAC teams started the field of 32, and you know, our guys know what they're going to face in conference every year, and we like that. We feel like, A, it's competitive soccer during the regular season, that it's good for them, it's good for our fans to get to see that highest level of national competition. And then when you get to the postseason, you're tested. And you know, we had some injuries to some key contributors who never took the field here in Montgomery. One took the field for a few minutes in the first game on Tuesday and got injured, and he was out. And so that kind of competition that we have faced and the depth that Coach McMahon has put on the field, I think readied them for this and was a huge contributing factor to our success here.
Congratulations to Belhaven University and the Southern States Athletic Conference on a great year. Reporting from Montgomery, Alabama, for the Southern States Showcase, I'm Scott Singer.
So Nicole, a great year on the men's side for the Southern States, a rare feat to have those two squads going at it in the championship game nationally. That's it for the men's side. What about the women?
The women's side, we're going to jump to powerhouse Lee University and their superstar, Leah Fortune. Leah Fortune is in her second year playing soccer at Lee University. She comes from an extremely decorated soccer background. She has played in a World Cup with the Brazil national team and trained with players such as Marta and Erica. After playing a year at the University of Texas, she followed her heart and withdrew to go play soccer internationally.
Texas was a great school, and I really did love my experience there. When I got called out to go to qualifiers for the World Cup in the Olympics, it was an opportunity that I couldn't turn down, and I really wanted to have that experience. And so I withdrew and went to play internationally in Brazil and Ecuador in qualifiers. When I tore my ACL, I had to come back and have surgery, and I knew just if the Lord was opening another door to play as soon as I got back and not sit out another year at NCAA, then I wanted to. When the doors opened at Lee, and I knew it was a great school, my faith is really important to me, and being able to minor in religion was a great opportunity. The schools here is beautiful. The team, my sister lives in the mountains, so it honestly was just, there's more to life than the game, and it was just a good fit.
Leah is able to play with the Brazil national team because she has dual citizenship between the United States and Brazil. Her parents are both missionaries, and while they were on a mission in Brazil, Leah was born.
My parents have raised me and all my sisters to, we have one adopted sister. I have one adopted sister, to travel all around and to be open to international experiences and opportunities. So that has been a blessing to be raised with that background. And as far as missions, just having faith and allowing the Lord to lead and direct our steps, and just pursuing our dreams and knowing that we're not alone has given me a lot of faith and confidence to achieve and gone where the Lord has opened doors, which has been great.
It has definitely led to great things for Leah. She was one of the first soccer players in the world to integrate the flip throw into an effective play in international competition.
At first, when I was younger, it was just kind of for fun and just to do it. There's a few older people that had done it, and so my dad taught me again when I was like 9 or 10 years old. I was young. It wasn't really as effective. I was the first player to do it in a World Cup, and they flew down FIFA representatives to make sure it was legal, and I think it was Chile before the Chile World Cup, and that was exciting just because it became a weapon. We actually scored 3 times off of it, which was really fun because we had a dynamic play specific for the flip throw. So, I mean, it's just something that is fun to do, and if it's going to help my team, then by all means I'll do it.
Leah is an extremely gifted soccer player. According to Coach Yelton, it's not only her soccer skills that are important to the team, it's her leadership skills.
Coming in here, the thing that I think she immediately offered was leadership. I think her experience playing at the top level with Brazil, playing at that top Division I level, her leadership has been fantastic.
She's something special. You know, we had Jamie Acton a year ago, and Leah's just sort of stepped up in that leadership role, and she's taken hold of it. And we've got a lot of upperclassmen, a lot of seniors that are going for their 4th straight national championship, and again, that's just, you can't hardly fathom that. But we hope that the seniors go out on a high note, and Leah will continue what she started.
Her faith in the Lord is what brought her to Lee University, and that faith is what will guide her in her future.
There's one thing that doesn't change, and that's the Lord's love and who He is, and life in Him and His grace. And that was something that that won't change. And as I go to play pro in the future, coach a college team, I know that I have the blessing and the gift to share the gospel to anyone that I encounter, and that's really the motive behind why I play. Soccer is what I do, but it's not who I am. So it's been quite an adventure, and I know that challenges will come, but yeah, my faith won't shake.
Well, as you can see, John, she's not only an incredible athlete, she's an incredible person in general.
Great to catch up with her and the folks at Lee University up in Cleveland, Tennessee. That's it for the A Block. When we come back, we'll continue to show you the best the Southern States had to offer this year on the Showcase.
There's a call to be answered. The spirit of competition is still alive inside. The desire still drives. The phrase student athlete has a great ring to it. Lasting friendships are ready to be made. You just want to keep playing. Game on. Learn more at naia.org.
Italian family has their own treasured recipes. And now at Carrabba's, we're serving up 2 family favorites on one plate. Like our wood-grilled sirloin, topped with handmade marsala sauce and served alongside our signature chicken brine ravioli. Or enjoy fresh ingredients and layers of flavor, all grilled over a wood fire with our Pollo Rosa Maria and chicken involtini. Some of our best recipes are together at last, but only for a short time, so find your favorite tonight and come home to Carrabba's.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? By making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
I had a dream, a beautiful dream. I couldn't believe how real it seemed. Up on stage, in a field of green, on the winding river, and a song you'll sing. When I wake up, I'll see you here in Montgomery, where dreams come true.
Welcome back to the Southern State Showcase Spring Semester Style from New Orleans. You saw what the Southern States Athletic Conference was able to do in soccer. Now let's take a look at cross country. We'll start things off in Hattiesburg.
Yeah, we're going to head to William Carey, where I caught up with Joash Osoro. Here's his story. Joash Osoro was born in Kenya. As a young child, he faced much adversity. His parents died when he was 8 years old, and he was left to fend for himself.
I grew up in a family of 3. I mean, we lost our parents at the age 8, both of us. So my brothers and I were pretty dispersed through different family, but since like it was hard to take care of their own kids and our own kids, so we all kind of just took care of ourselves. So I went to move with my grandpa, but the grandpa was old, so I decided to move in our old house where the parents had passed away. I mean, my dad already built a house before he passed away. So I grew up there, kind of raised myself while my other brother was with my uncle and the other one went to school. So I was more like during the day by myself.
While Joash was raising himself in Africa all on his own, his brother met some missionaries from the United States. They took Joash under their wing and brought him to Bismarck, North Dakota, where he began high school. He had never spoken English or ran before coming to the United States.
You're going to look him up, and as soon as I type his name in, you know, I start getting articles of background information on him, and you read those things and you think, golly, this guy's he's had it rough, and it's amazing that what he's been able to accomplish, you know, coming from a background where he was alone for so many years and then coming to the United States, never having ran before, not speaking English, and just accomplishing the things that he has. It's amazing.
Coming out of high school, Joash was one of the best distance runners in the nation. He decided to attend the University of Portland.
Even though I had a good coach, like my teammates and I didn't seem like we had a connection, you know, like I felt like I wasn't happy anymore. I wasn't running as I wanted to, and I wasn't enjoying myself.
After not being happy at Portland, Joash made the decision to leave the university. He said he Google searched different schools, and William Carey stuck out the most because Coach Ben Smith was interested in getting him an education as well as giving him an opportunity to run.
I was happy to hear someone was really more interested in like me as in my education than the running part. I mean, of course, that's what I was there for, but someone who really was there just to see me succeed as an athlete and as a student, that made me happy. And to be honest, I put him into test through the first 2 weeks I was here. In the mornings, Sunday runs, he has never rode his bike in his life, I mean, really, to go up. I'll do more workouts to take to him. The first 2 workouts, it hurt. And one Sunday, I went for 18 miles, he had the bike. So that was funny. So,
The biggest issue Joash had while at Portland was fitting in with his teammates. He immediately felt a sense of unity and family with his new teammates at William Carey.
I met this group of guys that made me welcome, made me feel, part of something I did fun stuff that I never used to. All I did in Portland was practice, then we'll maybe hang out, then library. That's it. So, but now I feel like I have family. They're like family. Whenever I need something, we talk. We ask each other, what's going on. They're very supportive, and I like that.
Joash has been dominating every race he ran in so far this year. He won the conference championship and was named the SSAC Cross Country Player of the Year. Well, John, Joash actually ended up finishing in the top 10 in the NAIA National Championship for cross country, so I'd say it's pretty impressive.
Great feat for Joash Asaro and a great feat for William Carey in Hattiesburg. We're going to transition now to Montgomery, Alabama, and catch up with a coach who's done something that very few people can claim that they have done.
AUM cross-country coach Michael Gross has been running marathons for over 18 years.
I've got a couple of old friends that we used to run a lot of 5Ks, 10Ks, and then one day a couple of us started talking about another challenge, what was out there, and we looked and we saw marathons, and the Atlanta Marathon used to take place on Thanksgiving Day. So we picked it out and said, okay, let's go for it, and we started our training, and so we went and ran the Atlanta Marathon. It turned out to be a really cold morning and really bad race, and that was kind of the jump starting for me then looking for another race, because I didn't want to put all that effort into training for that race and then have such a bad race. So that following year I picked out another one in February and went and ran, which kind of got the ball rolling a little bit.
It got the ball rolling for what is an incredible feat. Coach Gross is well on his way to being in an elite group of marathon runners known as the 50 States Club. He has completed all 48 states in the continental U.S. and has scheduled Hawaii and Alaska for this year in order to complete all 50 states.
I saw something one day, about the 50 States Club, started reading on it, and I said, well, I've already got 3 states down. How hard would this be?
While many of his marathon experiences have been extremely special to him, his race in Green Bay stands out the most.
Ran the Green Bay inaugural marathon, and the whole reason I did that, being a Packers fan, is I got to run across Lambeau Field. And there's not many people who have been on Lambeau Field, and so we came in one end of the stadium, right by the goal post, down the numbers, right out the other side.
Running marathons has allowed Coach Gross to gain the respect of the athletes that he coaches.
I think if nothing else, it gives me, in the vernacular of today's students, it gives me street cred. In other words, when I can look at them and say, I don't work hard enough anymore to run a 5.5 minute mile for 4 or 5 miles, but this is what I do. I have 55 marathons, a couple of ultras under my belt, triathlon, these types of things. And so I think that it lends credibility to the fact of saying, hey, if you'll listen to me, I can get you where you want to go.
You might be thinking what Coach Gross will be doing after he completes the last 2 states on his list. I can assure you, running is in his future.
Hopefully next spring I'm going to run a 100-miler. They have 100-mile races, and I want to complete a 100-miler. And then I've got a buddy of mine that's one of my running buddies. I'm trying to get him and convince him that we need to do Ironman Panama City next year down in Panama City, Florida.
I don't know about you, but after that, I kind of want to get out there and start running and maybe train for a marathon myself.
I will leave that to you, and I will leave the marathoning to the professionals. That's it for the B block. We come back for the C. It's more stories of the southern states from New Orleans as the showcase continues after this.
Every Italian family has their own treasured recipes. And now at Carrabba's, we're serving up 2 family favorites on one plate. Like our wood-grilled sirloin, topped with handmade marsala sauce and served alongside our signature chicken brine ravioli. Or enjoy fresh ingredients and layers of flavor, all grilled over a wood fire with our Pollo Rosa Maria and chicken involtini. Some of our best recipes are together at last, but only for a short time. So find your favorite tonight and come home to Carrabba's.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? By making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
I had a dream, a beautiful dream. I couldn't believe how real it seemed. Up on stage, in a field of green, on the winding river, and a song you'll sing. When I wake up, I'll see you here in Montgomery, where dreams come true.
From Little League to the big leagues, Musco specializes in sports lighting around the world. Musco's light structure green sports lighting cuts operating costs in half with less energy use, cuts spill light by half, provides guaranteed constant light levels, and includes a 25-year warranty. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
Welcome back to the showcase. This show is all about the best, and we already told you about 4 of our best stories from the year, but don't worry, we have one more.
One more, and we're going to go to baseball. And with the weather warming up, it's always kind of cool to catch up with things around the diamond. And for a little piece of history in baseball, we went to Spring Hill College.
When you think of the vast history of America's favorite pastime, thoughts of Fenway Park or Wrigley Field come to mind. In college baseball, there's a stadium that has equal history, and it's been in use for over 100 years. In fact, since 1889. It's the oldest active baseball stadium in America, and it sits square in the middle of the campus at Spring Hill College.
The guys from Rio Grande were just amazed by it. Most teams who've never been here before are just amazed by the ivy on the walls and the old building next to it, and it's just the uniqueness of it.
If you're a baseball purist and you enjoy the roots and the history and the tradition of the game, there's no better place to play a college baseball game than Stan Galley Field.
The field is named in honor of Stan Joseph Galley, who coached the Badgers for 27 years, in addition to playing 13 games in the major leagues and 8 seasons in the minors. Over the years, the field has seen tremendous improvements, never compromising its tradition. But a decade ago, lights were added, and now there's something new on Friday nights.
Something magic about night games here. I mean, you can tell, the players will tell you that. Even me being here all this time, you know, it's just it's so pretty here, sunset. You know, when the sun sets behind me, behind right field, and it's just gorgeous. But there's something about a Friday night game that's just, I don't know what it is. There's an it factor, and it's fun to play. Our kids get up for it. I think the other teams get up for it. So I think it's a mutual feeling. I think teams like to play here.
Great players throughout history have donned this diamond. It was once a favorite exhibition stop for the Chicago Cubs on their way to spring training. Babe Ruth even brought his bat once. The biggest folklore of the field was a young Mobile native named Hank Aaron, who used to sneak up late night with his contemporaries, Satchel Paige and Willie McCovey, to play pickup games.
There's so many players that's played on this field. It's amazing. I don't know how I told somebody the other day, I said, do you realize how many great players have played on this field? You know, just legends. I mean, Babe Ruth was out here, and Hank Aaron, and all those guys, Satchel Paige. Can you imagine? I mean, that's just such a neat, we tell all our recruits that, you know, so that's a neat thing.
When you're in the dog days of the fall, it's really easy to kind of sit back and forget all the same people that would have been on the mound with you. I mean, sometimes I tell our guys, you're stepping on the same mound that Satchel Paige might have been on, or you know, I mean, that really takes a lot into the effect of, you know, really remembering the people that came before you and the people that come after you. And coaching here now, like I said, it's just, I really want to go out and I really want these guys to know every day who you represent and to kind of leave the place in a better position than when you found it.
With the beauty and history of this diamond, it's not surprising that Galley Field has become a favorite stop for visiting teams.
You know, Stan Galley Field is one of the most unique treasures, I think, that are on any college campus anywhere in the country. Every team that comes to play on our field is just mesmerized by that venue and that facility that our athletes get to play on a daily basis.
Standing on Galley Field is much like taking a step back in time and grabbing a piece of baseball history. reporting from Spring Hill College for the Southern States Showcase, I'm Scott Singer.
So Nicole, as Scott told us just then, you want to talk about a treat? Go to Galley Field.
Yes, certainly. I mean, we were there and it's pretty great.
Very cool.
All right, that's going to do it for this block, but don't go away. We still have more after this.
Every Italian family has their own treasured recipes. And now at Carrabba's, we're serving up 2 family favorites on one plate. Like our wood-grilled sirloin, topped with handmade marsala sauce and served alongside our signature chicken brine ravioli. Or enjoy fresh ingredients and layers of flavor, all grilled over a wood fire with our Pollo Rosa Maria and chicken involtini. Some of our best recipes are together at last, but only for a short time. So find your favorite tonight and come home to Carrabba's.
From Little League to the big leagues, Musco specializes in sports lighting around the world. Musco's light structure green sports lighting cuts operating costs in half with less energy use, cuts spill light by half, provides guaranteed constant light levels, and includes a 25-year warranty. For your budget, for the environment, Musco Lighting. We make it happen.
How do students decide which college or university to attend? Of course, it's based on your reputation, but their first impression of your campus is so important. How do you make that first impression count? By making sure every detail is attended to, with manicured grounds, immaculate maintained buildings, and a welcoming feeling throughout campus. National Management Resources Corporation provides exceptional facilities management services. We make sure that first impression is picture perfect.
I had a dream, a beautiful dream. I couldn't believe how real it seemed. Up on stage, in a field of green, on the winding river, and a song you'll sing. When I wake up, I'll see you here in Montgomery, where dreams come true.
Time to put a bow on yet another show, and actually time to put a bow on a season. 17 shows up and down, and it's been great to kind of tour the Southern States for year 3.
It definitely has. Well, you know what they say, all good things come to an end, but we will be back next fall, so make sure you see us then on the showcase.